Welcome to a video on thedigitalife.com. This video we're going to have a quick look at the Samsung Galaxy Note 3. So I've reviewed plenty of Samsung devices and this is the biggest one, the Galaxy Note. I actually purchased on the original Galaxy Note, the first edition of it, so we can look at it compared to that. And my current device is a Nexus 4, so we can compare it to that as well. So first we'll have a quick look at the hardware and then we'll have a look at some of the software that Samsung offers, and they offer quite a lot of software on top of standard Android. So this is the box the Galaxy Note 3 comes in. In the box you get the usual stuff, quick guide and a charger and headphones. I like the headphones that Samsung provide. They come with a little different earbuds as well, so that's always quite nice. And see, I've got the integrated case back on it here, so it's like this faux leather case that fits on, but it does come with a, get this out, it comes with a standard back, so if you don't like the case back, you've got a plastic back which has also got that kind of leather feel to it as well. Now the one advantage about the case being so tightly sort of fitted with it is, if you see here, this is my Nexus 4, which physically is a lot smaller. So this is my Nexus 4 and physically it's a lot smaller than the Note 3. But this is a third party case that I got for the Nexus, a slip case. And when you put them two side by side, see, there's not a huge amount of difference between the two. So the case is really nice, slim case. So I like that, something I really like you don't need an extra case, and it's quite a slim design when you've got the case in there. So you've got you notice the phone actually switches on like the iPad, and we've got the pen here which has got this air command, so you notice it's hovering over. It reminds me of the old. So as well as the touchscreen, you've got a pen which we'll have a look at in a moment, which has got like a hover mode on it as well. So we've got micro USB, which is kind of a Samsung adapter, but any standard micro USB port fits on there. And at the top there we've got the headphones, and the speakers are actually here at the bottom. So when you've got it sort of led down like that on the table, you can still hear what's going on. So spec wise, it's got a 2.3 GHz quad core processor on the LTE version, and the 3G version has a 1.9 gig core processor on it, depending on which market you're getting. So it's got a 5.7 inch screen running at 1920 by 1080, and the screen is very nice actually. It's very clear, as you'd expect from a screen that size. Everything's nice and easy to read, and that is one of the benefits of, I think, of the Note, is the big clear screen, especially if you end up having to wear glasses to see your phone screen. Then this is a good screen in that situation. It's running Android 4.3 Jelly Bean. It's got a 13 megapixel rear camera with lots of software options and zero shutter lag and LED flash, and it's got a 2 megapixel front camera with image stabilization and 30 frames per second video recording. So let's have a look at the pen stuff first. Just to give you an idea on size, here it is next to my original Note. So you can see it's slightly bigger, it's certainly thinner, and the weight feels about the same. As soon as you take the pen out, it notices you took the pen out, you get a bit of vibration, and you get this air command. So you can actually just write straight on the screen, say with the air write, which actually takes a photo of the screen you're at, and then you can start to make notes over it. See my fantastic note writing skills there, and then you can save that, or you can do whatever you want to it. You've got things like the S Note application for note taking. Well, let's just do a blank note. So you can even get it to sync to your Evernote account. I think I'll probably ask for my account details. Which is quite nice, so you can sync your handwritten notes straight into Evernote. So the pen mode works quite nicely actually. I must admit I didn't use the pen very much for my original note. I tend to use the on-screen keyboard for just about everything, but it's a nice feature to have. I should mention about the connectors as well. I showed the USB port before. It's actually a USB 3 port, which is really nice. So you've got the option there of putting it to a device like my, say, new Surface and copy content off it really quickly, especially which is good if you've got a lot of videos that you've copied over, that kind of thing. Let's have a look at the battery life on here. See, I've been using this on and off now, 20 hours usage, 70% charge, so I've not done a huge amount with it on and off really. So battery life has been pretty good. I must admit I've had no issues with battery. It's got a 3200 milliamp battery that should last plenty as well, so I think that battery is pretty good. You see, this is where you see now we're looking at Samsung's TouchWiz UI on top of standard Android. So there's a lot of stuff that they've thrown into here. So we've got like screen mirroring, hotspot modes, gestures, all this smart scrolling. It's got eye tracking, NFC, S-Beam, all this kind of stuff that's on top of the standard Android. Which I must admit, I prefer standard Android, but Samsung do add a lot of features like this one here. So this is the sort of a sidebar where you can effectively pin apps and have shortcuts to apps. So once you've opened the side tray there, you can then open another app and kind of task switch between them. So and multitask these. So we've got multi windows open here now. So we've got YouTube open and we've got Chrome open. Because you've got a large screen size, you kind of make use of that extra screen real estate. A lot of flexibility with the extra screen size to be able to do extra things like what I said with the split screen. Another example of something extra added is this My Magazine, which is Flipboard, and I think it was developed by Flipboard. It's kind of a custom version for this device, but it makes use of the screen really nicely, so you can flick through and read your news feeds on there. Another nice feature that I found is Watch On the Samsung's apps, which is a remote control app, and it actually uses IR. So you can turn up your TV, pick your source, you can control a skybox, a Freeview box, whatever you need to control. It's got an EPG built into it, so you can view content and it will control your TV. I quickly got it set up really easily with my Samsung TV and my Sky Plus box, so yeah, I'm not sure about using a phone as a remote control, but it's handy to have it there in one device. It makes it a nice smart remote. So actually it's quite a nice application, that, and I've been quite impressed with how well that works. Oh, it's got multi-room support as well, and you can set up multiple TVs, multiple devices, so you could sort of carry it around with you and use it for all the different devices. You've got Samsung Security app, which is one of their proprietary apps. You've got Group Play, so you can play music on this device, and it'll sync up and play on the other devices. So these are kind of things that get added by Samsung on top of standard Android. Right, let's have a look at the camera. This is something, if you've seen our S4 Zoom review, so the camera has got a lot of features. Look at the camera. This probably too much to show here. We've got automatic mode, beauty face that allows skin smoothing and narrowing of faces, best photo where it takes a selection of photos and you pick the best one, best face. There's a similar kind of thing, you pick which is the best face out of that. Drama mode, which sort of takes some action shots, animated GIFs we can tame. There's even a golf mode, so you can examine golf swings. I can't say I'll be using that one, but there's a massive array of photos in there. So if you do like taking photos on your camera, then So if you like taking photos on your phone, then there's a huge amount of pictures on there. So you've got your 13 megapixel camera. Let's take a picture. And we can switch between the front and rear cameras. We should see. And there we go. And you see it's even doing the face detection on there as well. We could send this to a DNA device. We've got voice control there. This is the Samsung S Voice, and a bit like Google Voice. So I think it's going to try and interpret what I've just been saying. A lot of rubbish. And again, it's something I very rarely use. There's some Samsung Premium apps in there. You get a Dropbox storage. I can't remember what the exact storage, but you get some extra Dropbox storage, and you've got some of these premium apps, TripAdvisor, Evernote, and you get all the Samsung music apps, the music store, the Samsung video stores, the Samsung Hub, which is their own sort of media content application that's got all sorts of stuff in there, and you've got Samsung's own app store as well. So you've got real fully Samsungized version of Android. We've got a lot of extra stuff on here, things like Samsung do a lot of extra things on here, things like screen mirroring over DLNA, using all share. There's a lot of extra Samsung features on here that you wouldn't get over Android. I still must admit I prefer the clean Android experience on my Nexus, but what you do gain on this is the screen. I really like the screen. It's nice and clear. You can see you've got that extra screen real estate that really makes a difference when you're reading email or browsing the web. It kind of almost bridges you between the tablet and a 7-inch tablet and a phone. It's not as big as something like the Nokia phones, but 5.7 inch is big for a phone. But with this case design, it does mean that it's very slim in your pocket, so it's not really a problem fitting in your pocket, and I found it fits in my pocket. A couple more things to mention with the pen I haven't mentioned so far. There's some things like Action Memo. It allows you to take notes and convert them into a phone number or a web search or something like that through pen recognition. You've got Scrapbook for sort of breaking down notes and taking content from the web or from YouTube. You can see the pen, we can use it for screenwriting, and you can do things like cropping photos with the pen as well. Like I said, I don't really find I do that much with the pen on my old one. Maybe the Note 3 with its extra note pen features will make a difference and you'll use it a bit more. Personally, I think the thing I like about this is the screen. I really like that 5.7 inch very nice screen. It does kind of the downside is, I guess, you've got all this extra stuff on top of standard Android which use up space. I think you can get 16 and 32 gig versions of this as well. The space for a micro SD card if you want to increase the storage anyway, so you can up to 64 gig. There's NFC, Bluetooth LE, IR blasting as I mentioned, and it supports MHL video as well. So it's got a lot of stuff in there. 168 kilograms. Basically, Samsung seem to have thrown everything into the phone, and so I really like this one. This is probably the nicest of the phones. I prefer this to the S4 really. I think it's got a nicer screen on it. So I'm going to play with it a bit more, and I'll include the notes in the review on thedigitallifestyle.com. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.